last couple months, last year we switched to a company called SBS. With our online sales using Shopify to print orders like 20 at a time. And that was like a super slow process on printing and shipping out orders. So we found this company XPS where you could print 100 plus orders at a time. I said this was last February? Yeah, last February we was using them. And over the course of using them, we had different problems. Every time we did a big sale, their system would like crash. It was like their biggest client at the time, and they was like learning a lot from using us. We moved in this factory last like June, and moving into this factory, the company scaled up to a whole nother level. And over that time period, we were doing big sales, but after the big sales, when we get to the end of the sale, we'll realize that we don't even have enough inventory to fulfill those orders. So in our space, the things that we thought of that might be the problems, either the screen printers finessing us, they stealing the shirt, staff shipping out the wrong items, or a printing problem. So we went down the list of those different things. We found out that the screen printers weren't the problem. That was probably about a 2 to 3 month process. So after we figured that out, we was trying to see if it was the warehouse was shipping off wrong orders. Dealing with like a manual process of what we do, it's gonna be some type of mishaps, but it's a certain percent that we allow. So if somebody cross that amount where they shipping out too many wrong orders, we'll have a meeting with them and go from there. So the last thing we were looking at was, is it the technology? So like I said, what we use right now on the technology side is Shopify. That's where all of our orders come in from. XPS is where we book and print our orders. And then you got the last step is the post office. During Black Friday, we figured it was a post office problem because not only us, but a lot of e-commerce companies were saying their customers weren't receiving their orders. So our first thought was, all right, it's the post office not receiving the stuff. 3 months after Black Friday, we'll do a couple big sales, and inventory again will run out. So we order 10,000 shirts. After we sell them through, we'll have like a couple hundred orders that still couldn't be done because the inventory wasn't here. So we thought maybe it was a Shopify problem. Over the weekend, we ended up buying these scanners. And what this process allows us to do is to scan each package before it goes out of the warehouse. So that's what they're doing right here right now, is we have our staff on the other side, they picking and packing the orders like regular. The orders will come over here, and then now we scanning them to see if they're able to be booked. If they're able to be booked, that means the order is fine, it's the first time it's here, it's going out to the customer like regular. If it doesn't pop up on the screen, that means we know it's already either booked. So we go to the history tab and see what's the status of it. It's two things that we're looking at. And y'all hear them say it throughout the time. It's either in transit, which means it's already on the way to the customer. So if you just imagine that, we scanning the order right here in front of our face, but it's saying it's already on the way to the customer. That's where all these duplicates and not having enough inventory come from, because we got hundreds, if not thousands, of customers already receiving something once and we shipping it out a second time. So that's how we run out of stuff. So it's either in transit or it's a status called booked, which means it's already paid for, but it's no movement yet. So we throwing them orders to the side so we could check it again in the next day or two. So that way we can see if it's in transit already or if this is the order that we need to ship out. So that's like the problem and the solution of this duplicate thing that we've been dealing with over the last year.
This all got to do with XPS?
Yeah. So, the ones that say booked already or transit, I ain't gonna say 100%, but if I had to, 9 times out of 10, it's probably the ones that we bought Thursday. We bought a good amount of labels Thursday, so they started picking and packing that yesterday. So the ones that say booked or shipped transit probably came from the ones we printed last week, the old way. But either way, it don't really speed up or slow stuff down. No type of way, because they still got to do this.
What don't speed up or slow down?
Even if we still, let's say we go through all the orders from last week, and if this still come up where it's like in transit or booked, then like not having that process don't really speed nothing up. It's just we catching it, but they still got to scan it regardless.
So how much extra time this takes?
So right here, normally this would be like any orders that's booked, but since we're not booking it to the end, this is how many orders actually went out yesterday. So it was only 1,100 that went out yesterday using this process. We're at 947 right now that's been scanned and booked. Let's say we'll have like 3,000 orders go up.
What's the average?
What we normally ship out in a day? With this amount of staff, 7,000?
like I said,
So, I mean, they'll still do their part on like, I mean, that's right now just with this setup. We getting more laptops and more stations. But they still gonna pick and pack 7,000. We just ain't gonna be able to scan that with this setup right now.
It's 150 shirts. That's just, you know what I mean? So it's like we stop that, then we patch that with that. So with this process, we'll be able to take care of that process too. Then we'll only be worried about mishaps, or you get what I'm saying? Because the delay orders come with not having the product. But knowing that we ordered the product, and then all of a sudden we don't got it, it's like, all right, and we got to figure it out. So this should be able to take care of some of the other issues that we've been running into.
Y'all really want to be an entrepreneur, huh?